Adam, a new category identified by Gartner, because they identify all the categories, is called Identity Threat Detection and Response, or ITDR. Explain what push is doing.
It seems to draw some parallels with the UEBA category, right? So when insider threat and user behavior became a problem, they created UEBA category, and it sort of pulled identities into that, and you could do detections. And people question, why did it exist outside the SIEM? Is it really just a feature of SIEM? Actually, as it happened, they all end up getting sucked back into SIEM, and that was proven right. And ITDR feels the same as that. You're really just pulling identity logs into a kind of mini SIEM outside your SIEM and doing identity-specific detection rules. Why not do that inside the SIEM? The way we've just approached this problem is because of the fact that we use a browser agent, which is deployed inside the browser. You think of it a bit more like EDR, but inside the browser. And so we actually generate a net new telemetry source and send that back to the SIEM. So it's bringing something new into the puzzle. And telemetry inside the browser is very, very valuable. Like, there's lots that you can do with browser telemetry that you cannot do with traditional EDR or with network or log devices that bring something new. If you think about a phishing attack that happens against all of your employees, so if you were to look at your EDR network and log data that you'd have at the moment, it would show you 50 people visited the phishing site, but you wouldn't know whether they'd entered their credentials into it. With browser telemetry, you can see 50 people entered their IDP, the Okta, Microsoft 365, Google Workspace credentials into the phishing site. And by the way, it's also shared with these other 20 applications. So the attacker can now take that and reuse that against those as well. So it just gives you a deeper level of depth into the telemetry. You can actually see the identities and the attacks being used inside the browser.
Let me ask you, where does the response come in?
We can do things like actually stop someone from entering their credentials into the phishing site. So we detect when someone logs into the IDP. The browser extension knows that password therefore belongs to the IDP and then bans them from entering anywhere else. It will just show them a block screen and take action. There's also advanced phishing frameworks. And if an employee goes to visit one of those and it could do harm to the employee, it will block and it will take action from there as well.
If you want to figure out how to do this yourself, you need to check out what Push Security is doing. And just go to pushsecurity.com to stop identity attacks.